Buongiorno tutti, oggi andiamo a Verona, la città di Romeo e Giulietta. Ciao!
After bidding farewell to Venice, the city of canals, our adventure continues as we head to the next stop, Oman. Ha! I'm just kidding. Maybe sometime in the future. For now, we're heading to the final stop of our Veneto adventure. Before leaving the Venice area, I tried out spaghetti agnello di seppia, a Venice specialty of spaghetti served in sauce made of squid ink. All I can say is, it had a very interesting flavor. Afterwards, I took the regional train, which was only a little slower than the high-speed rail, but way cheaper. Make sure you compare the ticket price and duration on a ticket machine before you buy. About 1 hour and 40 minutes later, I arrived at Verona Porta Nuova train station.
Alright folks, I just got into Verona, Stazione Verona Porta Nuova. So this is the main train station here in Verona, and it's already 3:30 p.m. and I'm kind of running behind with my appointment with the place I'm staying at. So this time I'm actually staying at a property of an Italian architect. He doesn't really speak English that well, but it's okay. This is Italy. I don't care. In Italy you speak Italian, and so far we have no problem if people don't speak English, so not a big deal for me. But the place I'll be staying at is very unique, and let's find out together.
The train station is located in the outskirts of Verona, so chances are you'll need to take a bus to get to the historic city center area. Google Maps should be able to help you with the schedule and which bus to take. Before I get to the details of the scenery surrounding my accommodation, which is quite something, let's check out the accommodation itself. The place I booked is a loft owned by an architect by the name of Leonardo. Yep, the same as the creator of Mona Lisa and the famous Hollywood actor who played Romeo.
It's huge. Wow, I feel like I'm staying at an art gallery. I really like the details of this place. It's just wow. Wow, this place is unreal.
And guess what? I got a really good deal on this accommodation, so I was super happy.
Alright folks, so just settled into the accommodation I'm staying at in Verona. Wow, what a place. I'm so glad I got this. This is such a unique place. And when I'm walking around, as you can hear, that there are squeezy sounds, and of course Leonardo left a note on the table saying that this is all original floor and he has no intention to change it to better keep the character with the original building itself. So that means the floor I'm standing at is the original floor from the time that when this building was built, which can be really, really old. But I'm so glad that I chose this place, and this is going to be my base for the next 2 days, and I am already super excited.
Now let's talk about the surrounding area of the accommodation. To be honest, I was in kind of a shock how nice Verona just looks. The balance of landscape and cityscape was just perfect. I kind of regretted that I made this city the final stop of our Veneto adventure, not the first stop. Verona is certainly the best city to deal with all that jet lag. Or maybe should I say, this is the perfect city to deal with jet lag.
Alright, now we're all settled. Let's explore Verona. My first impression of this city, this is like the nicer version of Lyon in France. And the scenery is really dramatic. Even the trees are well trimmed. And weather is nicer, not as dirty. Jeez. Yeah, so it's about 5 p.m. and after relaxing a bit at my accommodation, I think by now probably a vast majority of the attractions have closed its doors. But it's okay, we've got a full day tomorrow to explore. And for now, we're just gonna pretty much take a look to see where they are. So tomorrow we can go straight to those places. Let's go.
Despite the accommodation is located outside of the historic city center, going there is very easy and straightforward by crossing Ponte Pietra. While the current bridge is a rebuilt after World War II, its design and materials are the very same from the Roman era when it was first built, around year 100 BC. Verona is the Veneto region's largest city. Yep, even larger than Venice. However, Verona felt way more relaxing than Padova or Venice. The thing is, it doesn't mean that Verona has less interesting sights. Well, at least being compared to Padova. In fact, Verona is a much older city than all other cities we visited in this Veneto adventure. You don't believe me? Check this out.
Alright, so we have reached one of the landmarks of Verona. So that's the amphitheatre behind me, or rather, I think it's the Colosseum. I'm not sure if the Colosseum refers to only the Colosseum in Rome, but this is pretty much the second largest here in Italy, and this is also one of the last remaining arenas that are still in use today. So if you're in luck and if you go on the website, you can find tickets to concerts and events that are held right here.
We'll visit the interior of this amphitheater the next day when it's open. I realized there was actually one attraction that was still open at the moment. You want to take a guess? Ha! It was Casa di Giulietta, the house of Juliet. Whether Juliet was a real person or not, that is a question itself. But even if she was a real person, did she actually live in this house like what William Shakespeare wrote? All we know today is the balcony of this house you see today was added later to attract more tourists. Like most other folks, like my buddy Big Orange, I came here to, do this. As for the museum next to the statue, sorry, what museum? Sounds like a tourist trap to me. I only came here to follow Big Orange's footsteps. And guess what? My buddy Bob's son later followed both of our footsteps. Who was the best poser? Leave a comment below and let us know. Once getting out of Casa di Giulietta, I found my way to Verona's main city square, Piazza delle Erbe. Yep, there are many plazas with the same name, such as the one we went in Padova. However, the one in Verona had a special vibe, and of course was the one that I enjoyed the most. The statue of Wing Lion of St. Mark reminded all of us that Verona is an integral part of the Veneto region, and historically a part of La Serenissima that once dominated the Mediterranean region for over 1,000 years. As the clock struck 7, Piazza delle Erbe started to get busy as dinner time kicked in. It was probably the time that I should look for a place for dinner as well. Wait, Venice had its magic hours around the sunset time, and I realized that the sun was still in the sky. Maybe I should find a place to watch the sunset instead? While crossing Ponte Pietro, I had a feeling that Verona has its own version of the magic hours too. I mean, look at this scenery. Do I need to explain more? Hey, here comes the hill that I could even see from my accommodation. Upon a closer look, I realized that even the hill was not an ordinary one. It was the ruin of a Roman-era amphitheatre, much like the one we saw in Lyon, France. Today, a castle sits on the top of the ruin, Castel San Pietro. And guess what? It would be a great place to watch the sunset from there.
End the night with this view.
As the sun slowly moved down towards the horizon, my craving for dinner started to grow. I found a restaurant that was very close to my accommodation. I had spaghetti alla carbonara, not the authentic Roman style, and 3 pieces of fish with lots of bones. The food overall was okay, but I was not in love with the fish bones.
Yeah, folks, I'm on my way back to my accommodation. There's like this gelato shop right next to it. It's really good. For now, buona sera and goodbye from Verona.
Our exploration of Verona continues as we enter the final day of the Veneto adventure. What else will we see? Follow me to the next episode.